the Immortal VP.
Naku, lakad mo, lakad mo,
That way is all right. But inconsistency in executing the same strats over and over again is probably not a good thing. It just means that you're not really... I'm going to go with the Alchemist. If he loses or wins, I feel like he's going to be the one. They're running in on the high ground, but there's a Keiko waiting for them.
Yeah, they're going to see if they can get this, and looking already over at ZZQ, who's sitting pretty low, but the Phantom Assassin gets stunned up, and Keiko ends up dropping, so they've lost the Phantom Assassin. Dome might be next. The Soul Assumption does a lot of damage, and Shiro trying to chase throws the Unstable Concoction, and they get the kill on Shiro before they're able to take out Dome. They still even want a third. Wow, YP falling, and it's 3 for 1 in the favor of EHOME.
Oh, 2 for 2.
Yeah, he kills himself to the tower afterwards, but it still ends up being a bit of a big fight. Very SEA reminiscent.
As the Carti is there, and you can see everyone is pretty much rotating in for the same reason. They're really punching this tower, 50% HP already.
On to Planet, but they dispose of him, and now you've got YP here with Aura. Illuminate does a lot of damage, and YP needs to run. It's a trade that maybe they're not going to be too happy with, as they've locked up the Death Prophet of Phoenix now, so he's trying to run. The Shadow Poison coming out. The stack's getting bigger and bigger, but the Bushwhack is there, and the kill comes out as they get the kill onto Echo and take out that Kata.
There was no way in hell that they killed the Death Prophet, so I was actually surprised they went for it. The Death Prophet had 17, 18 Magic Wand charges when they even started going on her. By the end, it was 20. Top lane, Shiro, this time should be dead.
Yeah, hopefully, for the sake of ShenZhen, they're able to get this kill, because they've tried to go on to Shiro multiple times, and they finally get this Alchemist. It feels like it's been an attempt of 3.
Top lane, like tier 1 top is worse, and mid tier 1 it's also worse. So I think for EHOME, it's much better this way, like than trying to fight and like lose heroes and objectives. Just
Steel Bottom needing to run away. They use the Solar Guardian, but they've got the Starbreaker. They get the kill onto this Visage. They'll look over at the Dawnbreaker. They end up getting a bit of a trade. If they could find a +1, this isn't too bad for EHOME, or maybe even look to get the tier 1 tower. PA, they're going to try and rebound in, and Keiko needs to be careful just jumping away, but the Shadow Demons here, they've slowed up the Phantom Assassin, and they just want to focus. They have the Dawnbreaker ult, the Solar Guardian, and does a good job of keeping the Phantom Assassin alive as they have the Mortimer's Kisses flying in. That's going to land on 3 of these heroes. They get the kill to ZZQ. They're still going to get this Marcy. They finish off Planet. That's 2 to the side of EHOME as they get Keiko. Echo gets credit for it. Shiro on the run, and the damage is too much for him. Phoenix finishes him off. This is a good fight for ShenZhen, with the BKB being popped now by Phoenix to TP away from those familiars. But there's 1 familiar, 2 familiars, stunning them both, pulling back Aura, getting themselves at least the Hoodwink. They want YP. They're going to chase. The Illuminate doesn't land, and Zeal's on it. Osh might help out. He's at least putting the extra damage in, but he's putting it on the familiar, and they get the kill onto YP. They lose Shiro. They lost a couple there. However, the other side, Animus
that have to be punished as hard as they have been punished.
The punishment has been pretty brutal, but I still kind of believe that ShenZhen can bring it back with a nice fight, and great Bushwhack to lock up Zeal, even with a Solar Guardian commitment. But Echo comes in with Boots of Travel into just some massive right-click damage, as well as the Mortimer's Kisses. They get the save from ZZQ, but I don't know how long it's going to keep him alive. They'll take out a second. They're fighting on the back. They get the kill to Keiko. Shiro gets credit for that one. The Starbreaker forward onto ZZQ. They get the kill on to the Shadow Demon.
Let's go to
BKB.
BKB.
Take away this Aegis. Shiro, BKB, but he's got to run. He's got some help from Planet. BKB being popped by Dome, as well as Phoenix. And that just puts the attention onto the Marcy. And this should net them a 4th kill. They also got the Aegis.
Maybe even the Alchemist.
EHOME feeling really bad right now as that Celestial Hammer lands, and Phoenix with no fear going after Shiro onto the high ground, and it's a full team wipe for ShenZhen.
You were right, Bkop. I was left. What, you were
It's
gonna
almost
Bushwhack?
just like a force to jump. Yeah, like Bushwhack, or you have to even just jump in as Phantom Assassin and pop the early BKB. But with that, like, it just makes yourself so vulnerable, right? Like, you are forced to jump and BKB, and there it is. There's the bushwhack you were talking about. Solar Guardian, Shiro getting low, and Shiro gonna fall. Like, that was so fast. I guess it is just a bushwhack that works, because that worked out really well, and it looks like it's gonna net them at least a second with ZZQ dead. The rest of the team really forced to run.
Shadow Demon has Aether Lance plus Psychic Headband. This should be an easy call for them to make.
They'll make the move. They'll put a familiar in there. They'll go and go for Roche themselves. They'll unleash even. They really want to try and get this Murmur's Kisses to maybe help them evacuate the bushwhack follow-up, and they've got the help of the disruption, but they get the kill on a planet. He doesn't have buyback. Shiro trying to stand his ground, go after Kaiko with the MKB. The damage coming up with the Starbreaker, but it's not going to be enough to get the kill on the Alchemist just yet. Seal
Roche
broken, lockdown, Roche low, Aegis picked up by Dome. YP's in on this one, the right click, the big fan of knives, and that will be the damage to get the kill there on Zeal. They end up losing YP, the Starbreaker slams down on a ZZQ, and 3 heroes will be dead on the side of EHOME as ShenZhen, another very well played count.
Like monsters for him.
Yeah, and we see this a lot as the games kind of go along, like especially with Dawnbreaker. It feels like just the Starbreaker damage, the ability of what you're able to accomplish with that hero feels so strong. And one shot, looking for a 2-shot. Sword Guardian coming in the sharpshooter, ZZQ taken out from a distance, and now the damage on a Shiro. He's forced to run with his BKB. Aiko, how confident is he going to be without his? Very. The answer is quite clear as he takes out Zeal.
And Dome does not care. That's an overwhelming blink. He uses Solar.
It's kind of disgusting. Level 3, it's a 700 heal.
He's going in.
They might make the jump. They've got the familiars. They have the vision, and look how quickly they're able to rip through YP. As buyback, forced to use it. Lincoln's gets popped. There's the break onto the Phantom Assassin. The right click damage coming in, and now what can the Phantom Assassin do but stand his ground and go after Shiro? Shiro running backwards. Oh, the damage coming in real quick. ZZQ and Shiro getting ripped apart. They took out the Alchemist. That's thanks to YP coming in again, and it's another counterplay from ShenZhen. Every single time it feels like they're just responding well.
Bottom lane is being pushed in, but they're still going for more, yeah.
Yeah, they want to get Zeal. They'll get themselves another Envisage.
Yeah, that fan of knives working really well for the PA. He also has Witchbane, by the way, to purge himself. The moment the Demonic Cleanse is on him, he'll go in.
Now hiding in the trees. Keiko, Lincoln's pop. Maybe not the person you want to go for. He's got the Lotus Orb, so who do you jump on? It's going to be Dome. They look for the damage. A right click is going to be too much for him to handle. They get the kill onto this Dawnbreaker. They'll look over Solar Guardian right in. They're going to dispose onto the Death Prophet. They'll look for the Phantom Knives. They'll go after Echo. They get the kill there onto the Kato, who's going to buy back immediately. The damage is not there really from EHOME after the initiation onto the Dawnbreaker. They get the kill on Shiro. He'll drop the Divine Rapier. That should be all they've written for this game, as Phantom Assassin picks up the Divine Rapier, and they'll call GG on the side of EHOME, as ShenZhen will take game number 1, and they have looked pretty strong. It did feel like EHOME had kind of missed a little bit of a timing there. I'm not sure. Ooh, okay. A little Medusa action.
See, this most likely, yeah.
Yeah, they'll throw down the Tombstone. They're going to try and make a move onto the Medusa. That forces a TP out from the Alchemist. They'll throw an Unstable Concoction. It stuns them both up. They'll try to get the Tombstone out. The damage on a Shiro and not handle the aggression coming in from ShenZhen. And with no ZZQ there to start, they were able to put the aggression onto Shiro and make him feel uncomfortable up to the point where he ends up dying. Same time, though, Phoenix, he dies over mid. That's Echo doing it solo.
He got the solo kill, plus he forced hard. Yeah, he wasn't even banned in these two games. Like, these two teams just don't play it.
Waiting to go, Rolling Thunder, and Dome again, he gets the ult off, so this is not going to be an easy kill to get, if they can even get it. He's broken. They go into the Stone Gaze, they get the kill on a planet. He's just surviving. He has 5,000 health.
Yes.
That was insane. They finally get the kill onto this Undying. They're going to look over at Phoenix. The time walk in with the time dilation, and then he's going to walk away.
I don't even think he's finishing anything with it. He's not.
Casual perseverance.
Yeah, he's not even getting Lincolns with that perseverance. That's top.
Yeah, top lane C. They've got the Rod of Atos that was just picked up on the Skywrath Mage, so they're able to get the kill onto Echo, but here comes a kill on Ahara. Sharpshooter damage. A lot of it. They're going. Ooh, unstable concoction, Dome, Tombstone, and they're gonna try and take out this Tombstone, but he's got the Soul Rip. They'll have the concussive shot. They'll toss him up into the air. They're gonna try and get the kill here onto the Medusa. They, I believe, laid down a Mystic Flare already, and Hara ends up dead. They get the kill on the Omni-Knight. The Chrono! Can he get the Aegis? Can he pick it up? Yes, he can. They don't get the kill on a Roche, but they end up snatching the Aegis. They've got the lasso used now. That's due onto the very tanky Undying, and they will get that kill on a Shield. They'll take out the Medusa. They'll look over now at this Pangolier. Zeal on the run. Zeal trying to get out of this one with the swashbucklers. They've killed off ZZQ, and it will be another kill here for ShenZhen. They just eliminate EHOME in this fight.
That's always the danger.
Well, so yeah, going in on this one and grabbing again the Tiny, but it just feels like he is so strong. They do get that ult out. Stone Gaze, eventually the duration's going to end, and I feel like they're just going to be able to walk in with the Chrono, and that's exactly what they did. They got the Mystic Flare down onto the Shiro Medusa, but the Bushwhack onto two behind them, locking up these heroes. They get the kill on Hard. They're going to still try and get the Medusa. They finish off Phoenix. The damage, it's just not there yet, but finally they'll take out Shiro. They've taken out the Medusa. Down goes YP, so they'll lose the Skywrath, but Kaiko, he's going out of control, and so is Dome. Echo's gone. Zeal falls. 3 heroes dead on the side of EHOME as they're going to look for ZZQ. Time walk forward, right clicks in, ZZQ's gone, and the only one who can survive is the Hoodwink in the trees of Planet. Again with this Roche, so we'll see how it goes this time because Chrono is back off cooldown and they are much stronger this time around on the side of ShenZhen. They don't have to play it as precariously, in my opinion.
Look at this, ZZQ.
ZZQ's kind of forward. Mystic Flare is off the mark. Shiro standing his ground. They get the kill into ZZQ, but Hara again dead quickly. The lasso's out. Time walk in, time walk out. Kaiko not committing. They're going to let Phoenix fall. They're going to let him buy back, and eventually they should be able to drop down the Chrono if they need it. But they got the stun. They have the Sharpshooter. Time walk in, time walk back. And now the Chrono, but a 4-staff Kaiko trying to focus his attention on the Zeal. They get the kill on Echo as well. They'll take out 2 to look after this Medusa and get another 4 dead again on the side of EHOME. They cannot catch up to the Hoodwink again. But, well, he needs to be ready for movement here. Undying's in, overwhelming blink. They're going to go with the BKB being popped by Shiro. They immediately evacuate on this one, but again, they're going after the Undying. Undying is very tanky. Kaiko from behind. Rod of Atos is there. There's no BKB. The Chrono gets dropped. Mystic Flare on top of the Medusa. They have the silence with the Ancient Seal.
Is he dead?
Tiny's ready to go. They'll get the kill on the Shiro. He'll drop the Divine Rapier, but ooh, Echo picks it up. He's got the BKB. They're going to still try to right-click and bash him down. That's exactly what they do. They get the Divine Rapier into the hands of this Faceless Void. And with that, ShenZhen have eliminated EHOME from TI qualifiers. And they are making a move on to the next round.
This is exactly what we had, right? Like,
right.